to another episode of Maintenance with Mike. So today we are outside, beautiful sunny day here in southeastern British Columbia. We're going to pull the truck out. We're going to hook up to the boat. We're going to pull the boat out, and we're going to do a quick once-over. I'm also going to show you what I do as far as a safety inspection for sort of first outing of the year. So basically what we'll do is we'll pull the motor out. We're going to fill up a big garbage can, drop the kicker motor in, fire that up, let it run for a little while, get it up to running temperature, in gear, out of gear, stuff like that, make sure everything's working fine, check the oil and all that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pull that over to the big motor and fill the bucket all the way up, and we'll fire up the big motor and let it come up to temperature. We'll check the oil, we'll do all that, we'll check for life jackets, we'll check for rope, we'll check for any tools that I usually carry with me, check the state of the batteries. They're plugged in on a tender, so everything should be good there, but we'll find out pretty quick when we go to fire up the motor. So let's do a time lapse and get the truck and the boat out of the garage. So I think we're going to start with the small motor. We're going to pull the plug wire off for now. We're going to fill this bucket and drop it into the water. Then we'll pull it over slowly and stuff so it builds some oil pressure. Then we'll plug the plug back in and it should fire right up. Fuel. Fuel's connected. This little motor runs off the main tank as well, but it also has its own internal tank. So if we did have a problem with the main fuel, we'd still have about 4 hours with that little tank before we ran right out. So it's nice to have. Hope to go out tomorrow for the supposed to be 18 here today, so we do have a heater in the boat, so we could put the top on, but you know what, a hoodie and some track pants, I think you'll be warm enough. It'd just be good to get out. We're almost there. Turn that off. I'll pull it over a little bit now just to get her some oil pressure. Plug on. Forgot to pump the ball here. There we go. We'll let that get up to temperature. More water in there. So it's kind of neat. I'll put the link in the description here for this little unit here. It's actually nice. You just wrap it around the spark plug leads, and it runs off inductance, and it basically gives you total hours, RPM. We'll see that go up now. So it's a handy little tool. I'll put this in the Amazon affiliate link. in the description. So if any of you mariners out there want something like that for your little kicker motor, it'd be greatly appreciated if you buy it through Maintenance with Mike. So we're just going to let this warm up for a little bit, and then we're going to move the bucket over and fire up the big motor. So I'd say it's been running for a good 15-20 minutes. It's nice and hot now. We're just going to bring it back to idle. We're going to click it into forward, make sure we got drive. So we come to a stop, click it into reverse. It's all good. Okay, that's one motor. Put the earmuffs on. Okay, so we're gonna, like I said, pull the man overboard switch so the engine doesn't fire but turns over. So the switch is out. So we built some pressure here. I'll show you how many hours we have on the big motor and how that all works. It's a little module called Vessel View. It's for I think it's just for Mercury. This one right here, the Mercury app. It connects to the motor. We've got 78.5 hours on that motor, and we have 90 liters of fuel right now on board. So there's a bunch of things it'll do. It'll tell you what the RPM is right now. There's a bunch of other things it'll tell you. Pre-departure checklist you can check off. It'll tell you how to winterize it and all that stuff. You can set up a calendar of things that you have to do. So yeah, you click on the RPM and it tells you. So the motor temperature is 39 degrees right now, RPM. Here's the voltage. It's a really good unit for telling you a lot about the boat, right? So nice to have. You can see we're now up to 43 degrees Celsius. I think it was 35 last time we checked, so it's getting warmer. I think that's probably Probably, it's been running for about, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. Okay, disconnect the hose. Okay, let's get the motors put back up and the covers on, and then we'll vacuum the inside and give it all a bath. Make sure the front is hooked on. You're going to be very unhappy if you lose this. And always check that it's locked on there. Because yeah, that would be very expensive. Okay, so we're going to do a quick, just a quick safety rundown of what we've got in the hatches here. So we've got, obviously this is our launching rope with the carabiner on it, a lawn chair, life jackets, quite a few of those in here. Yep, I think there's 4 in here. There is a automatic inflatable life jackets, one on my side. We carry a dry bag in the boat. There's mine and Michelle's, and inside the dry bag we have an auto inflate life jacket that we wear. I've got a towel in here, some socks, a flashlight, a fire extinguisher under there. In here, in the hole, this is all of the top. So this is the top piece, the bow skirt that goes over the bow, and these side panels. So this is, you can fully enclose this boat. We do have a heater. It's not on board right now. Glove box, knife, some tools, binoculars. This is a special tool that I made out of HDPE plastic, and everybody that comes on the boat knows about this tool. It's got an orange ribbon around it, and if I yell that we're taking on water and we think it's a bilge somebody's going to grab this out of the glove box and give it to me. We're going to come over here to the back of the boat, and it's actually made to fit. These are really hard to get off just by pushing, but with this tool you can turn it. It's like a locking tool, right? Makes it a little bit easier for you to get this on and off. And this hole here gets you to the bilge. I can't show you right now, but in this hatch underneath the downrigger is a brand new bilge pump in its package that we carry. So it's just 2 little clips and we can change that out. So that's the removal tool for that. What else do we have up here? This is your live well. This is the sort of another emergency toolkit area. So here's the charging unit that charges the, that's a Tim Hortons pea bucket. That's what that is. So anyway, here's our front battery, which is for the trolling, the electric trolling motor with foot controls, and the downrigger. The downrigger doesn't run off the starter battery for obvious reasons. You don't want to kill your starter battery running the downrigger all day. In here is a spare prop, wrenches, a bunch of miscellaneous things. Here is to meet the marine standards. I would hate to try to bail a bucket with this, but this is what is the easiest way to deal with starting out. So you've got your throw rope in here, a whistle, a flashlight, the bailing bucket, all that stuff in here. Also, I think down we have a, oh, it's in the front. Can't get to that right now, but we have a full anchor for the boat as well, which it's a really good thing to have if you get yourself in a situation where you lose power, and you can tie off the front of the boat, and it puts you bucking the wind, so you're not taking water over the back, right? Anchor's a pretty good thing to have for safety as well. Aside from all these hard safety items, I think another really good safety item that people don't talk a lot about is when you take off on a trip, let somebody know. Tell them where you're going, tell them how long you think you're going to be, tell them, you know, worst case scenario time if we're not back by before dark or 2 hours after dark, to send somebody or try to phone you or whatever. Come up with a game plan, right? We do have a horn as well and bear spray that we carry because when we get off the boat on the land, there is the possibility of creatures like that. So that is sort of getting the tracker ready for each year coming up. I like to do a run through with the motors, check the oil. Like I said, we've got a log for both motors now. So these are probably going to get run for about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a little longer, maybe a month or so. And then both motors are almost going to be required for a service. So I do have all the service stuff for the big motor, all the filters, the fuel filters and all that. We'll do the leg oil, we'll do the engine oil. So stay tuned for that video as well. And then we'll do the kicker motor as well. Maybe we'll have that's a new motor, so we'll have a look at the plug on that one, see if it's a nice tan color, which is what you want. You do not want white. That means it's running lean. So we'll do another video on that and show you how that's all done as well. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of Maintenance with Mike. So that is the pre-check of the boat before we get going for the summer. Run up both motors, bring them up to temperature, make sure everything's operating properly. Because you don't want to be that guy on the boat launch. You know, it happens. It happens. Like, even though you do this, something still could happen, right? But you don't want to be thinking, man, you know, it ran last year and now I can't get to start. And you saw it took a little bit to get the little one going. My fault because I didn't pump the primer ball. But at the boat launch, you know, you don't want to be shutting off the kill switch and cranking it over for oil pressure. And you'd rather do that all at home where you've got all your tools in a controlled environment. That's my opinion anyway. So thanks for hanging out with me today and learning about what I do to get started for the summer boating season. I do appreciate you hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.